Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Here we take a look at the Speedmaster one more time before we change its look. And by that, I only mean changing the bracelet into a leather strap, which I think changes the whole look and feel of the watch. Here we have a black leather strap with a fold over clasp. This leather strap took almost 4 months for me to get. I don't know why, and I didn't bother asking. Well, I have it now and I'm excited to have it changed. And I'm also on a leather strap phase in my watch journey. But before we take a look at the end product, let's go and try on some other watches first and see which one takes my interest. We have a Black Bay 36, Black Bay 58, and the Tudor Pelagos, which I honestly don't remember if this is the 39 or 42mm one. A 36mm Explorer, and a Rolex Air King. I wanted to try the 40mm Explorer, but it wasn't available, so this is the closest to its size that I can try. In my experience, for my 6.5-inch wrist, a 36mm watch is better for dress watches, and that is highly influenced by the design and dimension of watches in the generation that I was born in. Especially if you have a collection that consists mostly of diverse watches, because most sports timepieces are 39mm and above. Of course, it is still an individual's preference and what you do in your everyday activity. For me, I am always in a casual attire, so my affinity is towards mid-size watches, specifically 38 to 41mm. But there are other factors to it. Some watches are 42mm in diameter, but with a smaller dial or a shorter lug-to-lug distance, which makes the watch wear smaller. And the biggest deciding factor is always the lug-to-lug distance of the case. That is the make or break decision for me when looking at how it will wear. Like this Pelagos. It is on the bigger side, but it doesn't go over my wrist span, and it looks great. So if I'm looking at getting this watch, that would be a point for consideration. Here's a 41mm Omega Aquaterra, a model in the Omega catalog which I have always ignored. But on this day, while I was waiting for my Speedmaster's leather strap to be put on, I thought, why not try it? And I couldn't take it off my wrist. Although I didn't like the bracelet with polished middle links on this green dial, the leather strap had a totally different appearance on it. Its dressy look dialed down a whole lot and it became more of an everyday watch rather than something that you would pick on a suit and tie occasion. And this is inspired by a yacht's design anyway. That deep dark green dial is just not something that you see often in a watch. And Omega always has this magic in them. You think you don't like it until you try it. They have sprinkled some voodoo spell in their watches. They just hypnotize you and take your money. I'm not gonna be fooled today, but this has definitely obtained a spot in the to consider list. Here's a blue one with a small second sub-dial on a rubber strap. This is something I would love to have just to add more fun in the collection. But you would have to be extravagant and overly confident to pull this off. Or if you just don't care. It is a beautiful watch, I like it, but it's not something I would buy over a traditionally colored watch. And here is a 38mm Aquaterra. The one that would be taken into consideration the most. It's appropriately sized for my 6.5-inch wrist, and somehow I do not mind the polished links on this smaller version. I actually love it. I think it would be great to have as an everyday companion, or if you only want one watch for the rest of your life. And I just wanted to try this Explorer, but I don't like it. It looks confused. Although this Air King is not bad. Not for me, but it's okay. Now finally, the Speedmaster with the different shoes on. The bracelet is great, one of the most comfortable bracelet in my collection, but this leather strap just made it a grown man's watch. It is handsome. It immediately made me forget about the Aquaterra. It has that take me for a ride character now. It looks more rugged, it looks more like a tool watch, it just looks rebellious. It looks like it is made to be worn with a leather strap. Here it is beside some of the other watches that we've looked at. If I am just about to buy a watch and these are the other options, it would be a mismatch, a no-brainer, a one-sided win. But then again, that is just my preference. But I'm only saying that because it's day one again in the honeymoon phase. I don't know how long I'll be drooling over this new look of the Speedmaster. I think it's gonna take a while. Just like my Citizen watch, as soon as I tried it on a leather strap, the roller coaster of excitement restarted, and I am tempted to change all of my watch's bracelet to a leather strap now. It is almost the same feeling as buying a new watch without the pain of spending, but let's take a closer look at the watch and the strap, because there is also a little bit of a downside to it. So here is the new look of the Speedmaster. Again, this is an OEM strap that I've bought from an authorized Omega dealer. It's a black vegan leather strap. You can also get the Speedmaster on a bracelet or a nylon fabric strap. The clasp is stainless steel with some brushed and polished areas, with the Omega logo and an Omega text, making it a little bit more special comparing to other aftermarket straps. It is just really pricey, at least for me, but I think it's worth the money. The strap has a nice cork inner side, which I think matches well with the open case back's texts and gold hints on the movement.
There's a new air around me. The waves crash onto my feet. Breathing in my surroundings. I fall
Now let's take a closer look at how it wears now. Another good thing about the strap is its suppleness. It's comfortable right off the bat. Let's put it on the wrist, and with the Omega strap, I didn't have to do my twist and bend maneuver just to accelerate the mileage to make it comfortable. So what do you guys think? For me, it looks even better than the bracelet. But one thing that you have to keep in mind if you have a 6.5-inch wrist is the fit. It is not snug fit, especially if the temperature drops. I've put this on the last hole, which works well for me, but there is still some room, and without the bracelet, the weight of the watch drastically dropped, so it doesn't slide easily as it would on a heavier stainless steel bracelet. And you can always just add another hole on the strap, but I'm happy with how it looks and how it fits. Here's some more wrist shots with different angles and lighting with my new suited Speedmaster. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.
just me, myself, and I. I used to search for reflection.